Chael Sonnen believes Valentina Shevchenko made a significant misstep by not acknowledging Manon Fiorot after her victory at UFC 306. Shevchenko, one of the most decorated fighters in UFC history, regained her women's flyweight title with a dominant decision win over Alexa Grasso in the co-main event of UFC 306, which took place on September 14, 2024, in Las Vegas. However, despite the victory, Sonnen felt Shevchenko missed an important opportunity to highlight her next potential challenger, Fiorot, who had played a crucial yet overlooked role in the event. Fiorot, an undefeated fighter in the UFC with a 7-0 record, had been designated as the backup fighter for the Shevchenko-Grasso trilogy fight. This meant that if anything had happened to either competitor, Fiorot would have stepped in to compete for the flyweight title. Although Fiorot's services weren't required, she had still gone through the grueling process of training, preparing for a potential fight, cutting weight and making weight, all while being ready to take on the challenge. Sonnen, a former UFC fighter and now a commentator, felt Shevchenko should have at least acknowledged Fiorot's dedication and role in the event during her post-fight speech. Speaking on the "Good Guy, Bad Guy" show alongside Daniel Cormier, Sonnen expressed his disappointment. "One of my least favorite parts of UFC 306 was that Valentina didn't mention Manon Fiorot at all," Sonnen said. "There was an alternate who flew in, weighed in, and did everything in case something happened with the Grasso-Shevchenko fight. And at a minimum, it would have been nice if Valentina mentioned her." Sonnen went on to emphasize that Fiorot had been so close to fighting for the title that night and deserved recognition for her effort. He also pointed out that Shevchenko's failure to mention Fiorot felt like a missed opportunity to build excitement for a future matchup, as Fiorot appears to be the next logical challenger for the title. Fiorot, was almost in that night, Sonnen continued. And after the fight, Valentina went in a different direction. She thanked Hunter Campbell and Dana White but didn't call out any opponent, which I thought was a mistake. Sonnen's remarks highlight the growing anticipation for Fiorot's shot at the flyweight title. Fiorot, who has been on a tear in the UFC, cemented herself as the #1 contender after defeating Erin Blanchfield in a high-stakes main event earlier in the year at UFC on ESPN 54. Her impeccable record and performances inside the octagon have earned her recognition as a top fighter, and many believe she is next in line for a title shot. Sonnen also expressed some sympathy for Fiorot's situation, noting the difficulty of preparing for a fight that never materialized. "I felt for Fiorot," Sonnen said. "To come over there, get licensed, go through all the medicals, the training camp, the weight cut, and then to not have an opportunity to fight. That's tough. At least give her a call-out. On a human level, to a degree, it bothered me." While Shevchenko secured her legacy by reclaiming the flyweight belt in the trilogy against Grasso, Sonnen felt that failing to acknowledge Fiorot, who had made substantial sacrifices as a backup, was a missed moment both in terms of sportsmanship and in setting up a potential future clash between two of the best fighters in the division. With Fiorot's unbeaten UFC record and status as the top contender, it seems likely that she will be next in line for a shot at Shevchenko's flyweight belt. However, for Sonnen, the post-fight omission was an opportunity missed by Shevchenko to generate more anticipation for what could be an exciting title defense against a formidable and highly skilled opponent like Fiorot.